walk up to get a good photo of part of the penitentiary. And then one of the houses is the bishop's house, which is an old house. There's not a bishop that lives there anymore, but there used to be. And it's actually a neat picture behind me because you can see almost like straight up just the mountain. But it is really cool. The turret of the old penitentiary. So I'm guessing probably they had a guard up there. But there it is there. And then it goes along there. There's another turret down there. And then there's more parts down there. And then going to get a picture of the bishop's house. I don't know if I can keep walking this way and get to the base of Table Rock, which is just really close by. But I'm just gonna walk this way anyways. I'll show. There's houses along here. These are old houses too. Oh, I'm sorry. What I was saying was the bishop's house is the warden's house. So we have the old Idaho Penitentiary, which you can see. And then there's the warden's house right there. I don't know what they use the warden's house for now, but it looked like there was somebody inside. So I actually think the bishop's house is prettier than the warden's house. But I'm gonna turn around here and show you the bishop's house, which is cool. It's like of the Victorian style. But I love Victorian houses. I used to live in Humboldt County in Arcata. If there's anybody watching from there, but especially for tuna, there is a lot of preserved, or no, Ferndale is where there's a lot. So here's part of the penitentiary here, and it's open, and so it's the administration building of the penitentiary. And so if you wanted a tour, that's where you'd enter there. But I'm scared because there's some ghosts in there, and they're angry. They've been in prison, and so this is interesting. So for the women watching, this is the women's ward. Women's ward. And so it looks interesting. And there's a date on there. It says, well, maybe I'll just walk in there. But it says "1920 Women's Ward." So that's interesting. Oh my god. I'm scared. But I'm walking into the women's ward, and wow, oh my gosh, this is scary. Wow. So this is right here, it says escapees. So these were women who escaped the prison. Wow, that must have been, oh my gosh. Well, that's bad to escape a prison. I wonder if they got caught from escaping or how long they were on the run. But, oh my God, there's like a bed in there and a toilet, but I don't know if you can see. Oh my gosh. And then here it says matron. So I guess that was the matron of the women's ward. I'm guessing. I don't know. And then here it says getting away with murder. The Idaho Daily Statesman. So I don't know if the people here got away with murder unless they escaped. Here it says the mindset of a murderess. Wow, that's crazy. Here's a picture. It says closing the ward. Interesting. War history. And then here it says showing a little leniency. And then here it shows daily life. And then also, I don't know if you can see, but the light fixture looks interesting. And of course, there's the old school heater there. Well, I'm a little bit less scared as first walking in there, but wow, that's crazy. Like an old prison. And then also this is a neat little shot of the wall. So then you can also see the wall here, and above the wall is where I'm gonna be hiking, like up towards Table Rock. So that was actually really cool. And I wonder if I can get through there and go to the trailhead, or if I'm even supposed to do that. I'm not sure. I think maybe I should just walk back all the way down. But I'm going to show a picture there of the penitentiary, the entrance where you can probably, I guess the women's ward is free just to walk in maybe, and like maybe the rest of the part you have to pay for the men's ward. I mean, what's up with that? That's kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm looking at another building. It looks like a solid building right here. Built in 1911, it says. But it's stone. It looks well built. It says it's a guardhouse. So, wow. So, I wonder, that was interesting going in the women's ward, how many escapees there was. Now I'm curious about the men's ward and how many escapees there was, and what it was like. But it was cool going in the women's ward. And this, I'm looking at a plaque, it says Sally Port, added in 1931 to help move goods and inmates in and out of the facility. So this is kind of interesting. But this, it says it's Sally Ward. So that's interesting. I would not want to work at a prison, nor would I want to be in one. So hopefully that never happens. I'm gonna do another shot of that. So that's the bishop's house, and then next to the bishop's house is the warden's house. So I wonder if the bishop helped with the prison to help for like rehabilitation. That would have been nice to have a bishop nearby. I don't really know the story behind that. There's the warden's house. And so now, walking back down to where there's another fork in the road, which I know does go to the trailhead. Now the trailhead's just right across, but there's like a fence there. I don't know if I'm allowed to cross over. And I'm just gonna keep walking down and just go the way I know how. But another picture of the turret. Now the cross on the top of Table Rock was erected in the 1950s. I do know a little bit about the history of why it was erected, and it's very interesting. So there was a time in Boise in the 1950s, and there's a book written about it. It's called The Boys of Boise, and it was written by an English journalist. Well, there's some noise from the construction, so I'm gonna talk about the Boys of Boise. But it was something that happened in the 1950s, and it was a time where people were not nice to each other. There was hatred and hysteria, and anyways, I'm gonna walk past all this noise. So another thing that's interesting, earlier I did show you the picture of the agricultural building